I gotta get a shot of these. These look great. Are you trying to take one out of there? I would too, but please don't. Oh, I think they look great. They look great, right?
Pixel phones will be the first to get this Google Assistant feature when it rolls out city by city this month. Next month. One of these months. Next month. So stay tuned for details.
Top Shot automatically captures alternate shot.
Quick-matically? Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and in today's video we're going to be talking all about the Google event that has just happened, and more importantly, the brand new Google Pixel 3 and 3 XL. So, let's take a look. Now I first want to go over the actual event itself, because for me this was the most disappointing thing of everything. There was a ton of stuff that I think they missed out that they definitely could have included. They made a joke about the keynote not running over 2 hours, but it was still plenty long, but for me they didn't really have the important information that I personally was looking for. There was a lot of fumbles in regards to their wording and things, and I know not anyone is to blame for that, but I would think that for a presentation like this, for a brand new launch of a ton of new devices and hardware, they would have really got their act together. And I'm pretty sure that quick-matically isn't actually a word. But enough about the actual presentation. What did they actually announce? Well, we've got the brand new Google Home Hub, which is a really awesome Google Home edition, which has a built-in touchscreen of 7 inches, which I think looks really awesome to have around the house. You've then also got the Google Slate, which is kind of a laptop tablet hybrid. On the Google Store, it is actually under the tablet section, so we'll see exactly how that's going to pan out in the future, but they haven't really had a tablet since the Nexus 9 a long time ago, and obviously before that you had the Nexus 7. However, we have had a ton of Chromebooks, and more importantly Pixelbooks, which are direct from Google, which are basically Chromebooks on steroids, and they cost a ton more money. With the new Pixel Slate being upgradable up to $1,500, so again you're kind of encroaching on MacBook territory, and I know which one I would rather get. But then we had the main event, and why I think 99% of people actually watched the keynote, and that was the brand new Pixel 3 and 3 XL. Now they spent a ton of time focusing on the actual design itself, which for me is actually the weakest part of the new Pixel devices. From the back of the Pixel and also the Pixel XL, you can't really tell too much difference from the previous model, from the 2 and 2 XL. They look very similar. Yes, it is going to be glass instead of metal, but in terms of the actual aesthetics of the actual devices themselves, they're not really too much different. On the Google Pixel 3, we do have a smaller device, which for me is going to be the best small device that we've had in a very long time. It does have a 1080p display, but the rest of the internals are exactly the same as what you're going to be getting with the bigger XL model. So you've got the same processor, exactly same software, and also the camera itself, which I think is one of the main reasons people are going to be looking into the new Pixel. We've then got the Google Pixel 3 XL, and yes, all of the leaks were completely true. It does have a huge notch. Now for me, it's not really too much of an issue because, again, in terms of the design, it does look quite nice. Yes, it does have a slightly larger chin, and the notch is reasonably sized compared to something like the iPhone or a OnePlus device, for example, but it does house 2 front-facing cameras and also a speaker itself, so it may be worth the payoff. Now they did also do a really good job of actually hiding the notch. When the phone was first shown on screen, you can see that they used certain angles and wallpapers to kind of hide the notch, so whether actually Google is a fan of their design itself is actually yet to be seen, but again, it doesn't look too bad. The chin of the XL3 does also house a front-firing speaker, so you do have dual front-firing speakers, which is going to sound really awesome, and they are actually 40% louder than the Google Pixel 2 XL, which I already thought had some of the best speakers on a mobile device. So what's going to be actually powering these devices? Well, we don't actually know, or at least they didn't say at the keynote. We do know that it's going to have the Snapdragon 845 and 4GB of RAM with a really awesome GPU, but they didn't really go into too much detail in regards to how fast it's going to be compared to other devices, or actually how fast it is compared to what we had last year with the 2 and the 2 XL. And I think that's mainly because it's all going to be down to the software. Like I mentioned, the new Pixel devices have 4 GB of RAM, whereas we have devices now that have 6 or even 8 GB of RAM, but that's not going to make any difference whatsoever because the Pixel phones are going to be running pure stock Android, and it's going to be the newest version of Android 9, which is Android Pie. So again, the software itself was the main focus of this keynote for me. And the reason why I was excited is because actually a ton of features from the Google Pixel 3 are going to be making their way down to older Pixel devices, or as they put it, the Pixel family.
And our other Pixels as well. And will be rolled out to Pixel 1 and 2 soon.
Pixel phones will be the first to get this Google Assistant feature when it rolls out.
And comes to the entire Pixel family next month.
So expect things like night mode and also the call screening as well to be a new feature coming to the Google Pixel and the 2 XL very shortly, and I'm going to have a video as soon as those features are available. Or as soon as XDA developers get some sort of cracked version of the camera application so I can try all these features out first. Now onto the cameras themselves, which was one of the main focuses of the keynote. Now the front-facing camera, you're going to have a standard lens and also a wide lens, which is going to be 184% wider than what you're going to find on the newest iPhone. Now, I'm not really sure how wide that's actually going to be, but from the demo that they showed on stage, it allows you to get a lot more people in the shot or a lot more scenery in the shot if you need to. The camera round back is only going to have one lens, which is definitely different in regards to the trend currently of cramming as many cameras as you can into a device. With something like the LG V40 for example, that has 5 cameras, 3 on the back, 2 on the front, whereas this is going to have one backfiring camera. Now that's not really too much of a problem when you compare it to what we've had previously with the Google Pixel and the Pixel 2, with some of the best smartphone photography around. Even to this day, I wouldn't necessarily say that the 3 is going to be a massive upgrade over the 2. Yes, there are going to be some improvements with dynamic range, sharpness, and maybe video quality, but overall it's going to look pretty much like you would do with the Pixel 2 XL, which for me is kind of the main reason why I'm not going to be upgrading just yet. Now in regards to the software side of things, as I mentioned, we're going to have a ton of new features coming to older devices, which is really awesome to see. Most of the time with the newest version of Android, if you don't have that newest version or that newest flavor, then unfortunately you're out of luck with these new features. However, with this time around, with the Google XL3 and the 3 standard, you are going to have some features on those devices that yes, are going to be exclusive, but a ton of features are going to be making their way to older devices as well, which again is another reason why I'm not really looking to upgrade just yet. And that's actually kind of going to do it for this video. Now I'm going to be doing a full review of the Pixel 3 once I get my hands on it, so don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to know about that video as soon as it hits the sub box. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below, and I want to know from you guys in the comments section exactly what you thought of the event and more importantly of the new hardware that Google announced. Are you going to be upgrading to the new Pixel 3 or 3 XL, and are you going to be upgrading your smart home devices with the new Home Hub, or are you actually looking for some sort of tablet replacement like the Pixel Slate? Let me know in the comments section or on Twitter at Copper_Glass. For more content moving forward, don't forget to subscribe. I'm Michael from Copper_Glass. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.